Hey everyone, Summer here with AstariaSen, and today we are going to talk about my top 5 tarot devil cards in the tarot. This is a video response, a VR, to Becca at Becca Talks and Tarot. Sorry, I will leave a link to her video in the description box, but I decided that I would enjoy doing this. The Devil is one of my birth cards, I believe it is. Yeah, it's the birth card. It's also for Capricorn. So I thought it would be really fun to do because, you know, the devil, right? So she picked her top 5 devils. And so I picked my top 5 devils. So devil cards anyways. So here we go. And then I'll tell you why I picked them. So the 5th one, number 5, is going to be the devil card from the Art Nouveau. That's that's what it's called. Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. This guy is very, very devilly. Well, of course he's traditional RWS, but he's also kind of traditional devil. With the horns and the fire and the tail and all that stuff. Except for he doesn't have the hooves, like that depiction of hooves for the devil isn't there. But the two people are, and look at them, they're wearing horns too. Isn't that interesting? So this one comes in at number 5 as a traditional form of the devil. I just really like the way that he's depicted. I really like his horns. And it really, I mean, to me, it shows that traditional RWS to learn from. It also shows the struggle that, you know, even though it's the devil that's above these two people, these guys are chained together, not to him. And they have horns too, which means their own little devils are with them as well. So it's like for me, it feels like it's representing outside versus and internal, as well as, well, there's man versus outside forces, man versus man, and man versus internal, pretty much is what I'm getting out of this card. So there's 3 aspects. And of course it makes a triangle, right? Okay, so that's number 5. The Golden Art Nouveau Devil card is number 5. And then coming in at, stay, ha, ha, ha. All right, coming in at number 4 is the devil card in the Paulina Tarot. This card is interesting. I don't find it traditional. The artist has obviously taken liberties. You can see there's like the woman is kind of caressing the devil form in this card. Almost embracing that carnal nature or that internal force that's been inside her, maybe. Then, I mean, the horns are still there, just not in a traditional way. And you can see like he's holding money, and they're on top of like a box, only you don't know what's in the box. It could be treasure, it could be a dead body, we don't really know. So it's kind of left up to like an interpretation, or that hidden aspect of what we don't know, the unknown. And so that's why this one comes in at number 4, is because it's a lot of mystery to it, and it's a non-traditional one, and I like the art. Yeah. Okay, so that's number 4. All right, coming in at number 3 is going to be Shadowscapes Devil. It might be a little hard to see, but there's a lot going on in this card, like a ton. So I'm going to try to get close enough to talk about it. So here is the card, okay? And there's so much going on in this. So here's what we can look at. Right there's the devil. You can see the horns, and it's like strings are like all over the place in this card. But right here, strings of the heart, right? It's like manipulating heartstrings. And then you have like a manipulation of a puppet style thing right there. Let's see if I can get it to focus on just this. There we go. You come down and you have somebody who's actually reaching up for the devil. So almost reaching out for maybe that external force that might not be very good for them. You have another thing going on down here. You have the lock with the key that's attached to the person, or that the person can get to. They've locked themselves in like this little bubble where they can't get out of, but they can get out of if they want to. I mean, there's just so much going on in this card. And there's, of course, you know, I think that's the female male version of this, but nobody's really chained up there. And you know, it's like the external and internal are like coming together in a mixture, almost like a tornado or a force of nature versus the force of the internal, like clashing together and trying to find a balance. And I think that's really fascinating about the Shadowscapes Devil card, which is why it comes in at number 3. All right. Number 2 and number 1 were really hard for me. And you'll see why in just a minute. But number 2 I decided on was the Victorian Fairy Tarot. I have the Russian version, not the English version. But take a look at this guy. Holy cow. Okay, again, it's a card that has a lot going on in it. And the reason why it comes in at number 2 is because it's the traditional ideals of what the devil represents. Not necessarily the big horns and the hooves and the red and all that, but like the ideas that go with the devil. And that's why I like this card. So check it out. So there he is sitting there, and you can see all this stuff around him. I mean, all the desires, all the things you could ever want is just there. And I think that's what wraps up, you know, the devil is you can have all of this. The question is it going to be good for you? Do you really want it? You know, it's that asking of, yes, it's there. It's open to it. You can have it. You just have to, like, he literally just has to reach out and grab something. And, you know, he's open. He's very wide open. And yeah, it's just that idea that it's right there. Come and get it, right? But do you really want it kind of aspect that I feel is in this devil card. So that's why it comes in at number 2. And then the one that comes in at number 1 is the devil card from the Crystal Visions. Now, not only do I connect really well with the Crystal Visions, I also connect really well with Shadowscapes, which was kind of, I had a hard time with both of them, but in the long run, the Crystal Visions is a lot more clear and has a lot more I can enjoy in it. However, here's the devil card for Crystal Visions. So she has, what is that? Some kind of fruit, I think, in her hand. She's naked, so she's indulging in some way. And then back here, it looks like apples, actually, but they don't look like apples at the same time. So there's this hidden thing about them that is there. They don't look the same, even though it's implied that they should be the same, even though they're not. So then you have this guy in the background, right? The devil with the horns and the hooves and everything. I mean, he's similar to traditional, but he's more like pan devil. And he's playing his music, his notes. And it's kind of like a lulling, like he is encouraging this carnal nature that she has going on, this forbidden knowledge, you know, kind of aspect to it. And this is why it comes in at number 1 for me, is because of that subtle force there, that very subtle force. Like, you have to really look at it. And this is what our everyday is like, you know, internal and external. We're constantly fighting ourselves or fighting the outside world with our desires, what we want, what we don't want, those kinds of things. So it makes it difficult sometimes for us mere humans, you know, to really recognize what is an apple and what just might be perceived as an apple. So, I mean, that's something to really consider there. And I just really like this card. I mean, it's really well done. I like the colors in it and everything else. So, yep, those are my top 5 devil cards. Thank you so much, Becca, for doing the top 5 devil for you, and I really enjoyed doing this VR. So you guys have a very great day.